So the spoilers came out very early as well for the latest Fairy Tail chapter, and there's only 2 pages to talk about at the moment of the release. Maybe if there's something more, a little bit more interesting coming out of the chapter, then I'll do another one. But for the meantime, you know what the rules are here. If you don't want to be spoiled, then bye bye, you know, go and all that. There's only a little bit to talk about, so we're going to start right now at 3, 2, 1, go. So here we go, we're going to have a look at the cover page for a thought, and Jesus Christ, can they make it any more obvious with Lucy and Natsu at this point? Look, flame curtains, really? You know, like, just going for it. I'm not gonna lie though, she looks really fucking miserable, like in that one. A bit pouty in that one, although I am digging the schoolgirl outfit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, you know, I can see that. It reminds me of like that OVA that they did. I was seeing that shit, but it's like, come on, you're gonna make it a little bit more like obvious and stuff, and then even as well having the background, as well having Fairy Tail on there, just like the fight, you know, I can't like it's so obvious and all that, like they're both gagging for it, just, you know, just date each other just fine. And seeing like all the time and all that, even like especially when I always get hit up on Twitter or anything else and all that, showing like all the moments that there's been like Naru moments in like the series, and I'm like, you know what? After seeing this and all that, like Hiramashima has just like at this point not even like blatantly like saying it, he just like confirmed it like near every single time. Like, you know exactly that Lucy and Natsu, there's a little thing in there going on between the two. I know, it's just like I feel like sometimes Hiro thinks he's really smart about it. He's like, yeah, they won't ever know. He says, motherfucker, you ain't as smart as you used to be. I mean, that's story side, like story as well, besides the part as well, but besides the point, it's like, yeah, the whole hidden and the relationship thing, I don't think you're clever on that part there. He's had better versions of that on there, like especially, I know a lot of people that didn't even know about the future Lucy, like her missing her arm. Like, she lost her arm during that entire, like, Dragon Ball thing, and it's like, you can clearly see it in the opening and all that they never showed her arm at all, like, showing that she didn't have it at all. And now let's get into the the one panel that we got where, you know, the Yuri fans, I know you've been wanting a little bit of the old Kagura and, you know, going into there with the Erza. There's one panel of fucking Erza and Kagura making out, and Erza's there like, what the blue fuck is happening on here? Like, what is going on? So either as well, like, she's like, from what we see and all that, is like, I'm so glad that you're okay. That's probably what it is. Erza was probably taken surprised by that. I honestly want to see JELLAL's reaction to this. He's like, what the fuck is going on? You don't see that at all with this one. Like, you see on the bottom panel that you get to see Wendy, Shala, Gray, Julia, all of like Mermaid Heel people there, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, I'm not gonna lie, you know, Kagura, you just had to deal with Nineheart. I don't think you want to deal with JELLAL up and coming up in your ass saying, you can join in, but that's my girl. I was just like, when I saw this panel, I was like, really? Like, really? I'm not expecting a lot from this chapter at all and all that. Like, this is like, out of all the spoilers that we got for this one, it's fucking hilarious. Like, and I'm like, well, for those Yuri fans and all that, there you go. Like, there you go. Enjoy yourselves with this. Like, put, like, the absolute delight, because you can enjoy yourself with a bit of Kagura and a bit of Erza, but just seeing Erza's reaction, she's just like, you what? There's only one person that can put them, you know, that tongue and that lip. That's the thing, though. Do you think, you know, Kagura might put a bit of tongue in there as well? It's just like, you give us a cover page which blatantly shows the Natsu versus Lucy thing, and then you have the Kagura just going in, tongue and all probably in there, like, and just Erza's just like, gee, what? Like, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure she's gonna reject, like, Kagura. I mean, Kagura, you're a very beautiful woman and all that, but it's like, come on and all that. She's, like, literally all gushing for that JELLAL. And it also shows as well that it seems like everyone met up, like, they probably, I doubt that Erza moved that far, like, from, like, where she was with Nineheart, so they probably all grouped up after, like, seeing the giant meteor fall. It's like, alright, that's where Nineheart's corpse is. I'm sure we were grouped there. So I don't think there's actually going to be anything happening with, like, Julia, like, Gray, and, like, that group for a while. I don't think, like, that's going to be a part. Like, it feels like what's going to be, like, how, like, Fairy Tail normally goes around it, is that we're probably going to have a couple of pages of this stuff, and then we're probably going to move on back to, like, what, like, Gargiel's group was, since the next chapter was supposed to be called The Monstrous Six, so we do know for like the next chapter that it's seemingly going to be focusing a lot on Gargiel's group. Mainly we're going to be seeing like them fighting off with Aline, because definitely like that's the only group that we know so far that hasn't had any like kind of like attention, right? So or any like fights so far. I mean, I am hoping though we are going to start seeing that Mira Jane versus Aline, maybe Gargiel versus someone, maybe might see like the other characters get into that. I would like actually like if Lisana gets into one of these fights and she just isn't the sideline. I'd like she's like side by side or something like that. Of course she gets in a fight with like Mira Jane or like Elfman, or like if it takes like Aline or like one of these people, like one of the Springer members, oh we still got one left. I would love it if it took everyone or like the, you know, like the takeover siblings, if they took over a Spriggan by themselves. I would love that. Gives like one of these Spriggans a challenge, like you have to go against an S-Class, you have to go against Elfman and Lisana, all this takeover shit. That would be really cool to see. And then obviously with what you got with like, you can have 3 members obviously focusing on the other person. You can have Gargiel, Levi and Panther Lily focus on the other one. So there you go, you can have 2 groups right there to go at it. But what it feels like, since it's called like the Monstrous Six, it sounds like maybe they're all going to be working together, they're going to be like taking out some goons and all that, and then maybe we might get to see a setup for the next like fight. I really hope that's the case. Whether it's Aline, whether or not it's the other mysterious Spriggan member, what we still don't know about, whether or not it's Bradman, like we still got a bunch of characters and all that that we still haven't seen yet in the Spriggan, so I'm looking forward to seeing that if we're going to have these situations like that, and we might see a little bit of Natsu probably making his way to August. Other than that, like this is just all like predictions and all that going on to the spoilers. I mean look at the fucking spot. Like one is like blatantly showing like the obviously Natsu x Lucy thing, and the other one's a fucking like, these are stupid fucking spoilers. I'm gonna say that straight up, but I'm smiling and laughing. I'm like, I'm looking forwards to the colorings of that like page and all that. I know a lot of Erza x Kagura, you know, it's people that think that's going to be a thing and all that. I know they're going to get their rocks off to that. So there you go. That's mainly for you. Enjoy yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Of me though, so until the chapter is dropping, so it sounds like we are going to get this sometime. I'd like to say maybe the Monday. Like I would like to say like if we've already got spoilers, then it's probably a high possibility that we are going to have it on normal times. That's what I'm hoping for, but we'll have to wait and see. That's all for me though. So if you love Fairy Tail as much as I do, then you hit that like, you hit that subscribe, you hit all that beautiful stuff down there, and I'll see you guys and you Fairy Tail fans next time.